Is Digital CDA right for me? This video will answer many frequently asked questions about the Digital CDA training that is offered by the Women's Center of Atlantic County. Let's take a closer look. What is the CDA? The Child Development Associate Certification, or CDA, is a comprehensive national certification for early childhood educators. It is recognized in every state in the country and many international countries. Once you receive the certification, it is renewable every 3 years. What are the criteria to be eligible to get a CDA? In order to obtain the CDA, you must be 18 years old, have a high school diploma or GED, speak and read English, have 120 classroom hours of instruction, and 480 hours of hands-on work with children. Each CDA candidate focuses on a specific setting: infant toddler, preschool, family daycare, or home visitor. Your CDA setting should correspond to the type of work you do with young children. What are the CDA settings? For example, if you work with kids ages newborn to 2.5, your CDA setting would be infant toddlers. If you work in a classroom with 3 to 5-year-old children, your CDA setting would be preschool. If you are a registered family child care provider and watch up to 5 children in your home, your setting would be family child care. If you are a home visitor, family worker, or parent support person in a child care center, your setting would be home visitor. More information about all of these settings are available online at cdacouncil.org. How can I use the CDA? The CDA can be taken anywhere in the country as an entry-level certification into the early childhood education field. In New Jersey, you can be a group teacher in a classroom with the CDA. The CDA is the minimum education required by many Head Start programs and public schools for staff in classroom aid positions. In conjunction with other regulations, a person holding a CDA can be an owner-operator of a licensed child care center. What are the steps I have to take to get my CDA? To obtain the CDA certification, you must prepare a resource portfolio consisting of 17 researched items, distribute and collect parent questionnaires to the families of the children you serve, and be observed working with young children by an early childhood education professional. In addition, you will have a multiple choice test at the verification visit and an oral interview. It is mandatory for you to have a CPR and first aid certification before applying for your CDA. Sometimes people ask, what if I'm not working with young children right now? If you have worked with young children in the last 5 years, those hours count towards your 480 total hours that are required of hands-on work. However, the parent questionnaires and observation of you working with children should happen after you have completed your training hours. This means you will need to begin working with young children again, either in a paid position or a volunteer role. This work must be done at a licensed child care center or registered family daycare home. How will the CDA help me in my career? Once you have obtained the CDA, you may be able to advance in your current employment. The CDA can be the start of college coursework for you as well. In New Jersey, Thomas Edison University recognizes the CDA as 9 college credits. They have additional programs for people interested in an associate's or bachelor's degree. The best part is that most of their coursework is distance learning. Completing the Digital CDA will be a great start to understanding whether distance learning is the right method of education for you. Where can I find out more information about the CDA certification and process? The Women's Center has a website that goes into more detail about how to obtain your CDA. It is available at aboutcda.webs.com. In addition, the Council for Professional Recognition in Early Childhood Education is now available online at cdacouncil.org. It is the organization that certifies the CDA, sets the standards for what will be learned, and facilitates the verification visit. Both of these websites are a great source of information on the CDA. Who teaches the CDA? At the Women's Center, the Digital CDA is taught by Erin O'Hanlon, Coordinator of Community Initiatives. Erin has taught the CDA for over 6 years and has fostered many candidates through the CDA application process. Erin has a master's in instructional technology and is an experienced online instructor. In addition to teaching the course online, she provides technical assistance to the CDA candidates about what their portfolio should contain, what the next step in the process will be, and preparation for the verification visit. How is the CDA offered digitally? At the Women's Center, we offer a digital CDA. This is an online learning course that uses online tools to facilitate learning. If you are in the South Jersey area, it is recommended that you attend the in-person orientation so that you can meet the instructor and your fellow classmates. If you are not in South Jersey, an online orientation will be hosted in an online live classroom. Where will I get my assignments and materials? Once you have completed the mandatory orientation for the digital CDA and paid the tuition, you will be enrolled in the course learning system called Moodle. This is the main access area to the course. It is where discussions are posted, chats occur, and how you access the online live classroom each week at the designated time. It is also the starting place for how you contact the instructor and other classmates. Moodle is where you will find the links to your quizzes and tests, as well as track your independent assignments. How will class happen? Each week, all the students and the instructor will meet online in an online live classroom during the 20 weeks that you are enrolled in the course. The web tool used for this is View, V-Y-E-W, a conferencing and education site. Not only will you be able to view all the materials for the online live classroom, but you will also be able to discuss them with the instructor and other students. In addition, the instructor has the capability to send information directly to your computer for you to view, such as videos or web pages. It is important that you attend these online live classroom sessions, as much learning happens here. It is also where you can access the instructor and other classmates for their life experiences in early childhood education. How will I be able to ask questions of the instructor one-on-one? While it is not mandatory to have a webcam, it is helpful for technical assistance via Skype. Skype is another web tool that allows you to chat via video live with your instructor or other students. Much technical assistance is provided this way, and you will be supported in signing up for a free Skype account if you have a webcam. Don't worry if you have never done this before. It's easy to learn and quick to become used to. If you don't have a webcam, the next best thing for one-on-one communication is email and online chatting. What will I need to do to prepare for the CDA? Any CDA student has a few things they need to do to prepare for the course. First of all, make sure that you meet the criteria set forth by the CDA Council in Washington, D.C. about what is required to be eligible for the CDA. Again, this includes being 18 years of age, having a high school diploma or GED, and a CPR and first aid certification. During the course of the CDA, you will complete your 120 instruction hours and your resource portfolio file. You will need to complete your 480 hours of hands-on with young children, parent questionnaires, and be observed working with young children by an early childhood education professional. Don't worry if you still have questions about these last three. We review the CDA application process during class frequently. You will also need to order the application packet specific to your setting, and you will need to order the textbook. Both of these can be ordered from the CDA Council in Washington and cost around $60 combined. Your setting is the specific area or age group that you are working with. infant toddlers, preschool, family daycare, or home visitor. What will I need to do to prepare for the digital CDA? To prepare for the digital CDA, you will need some specific things. You will need access to a computer with internet service and a web browser like Internet Explorer or Google Chrome on a daily basis. It should have a printer as well, though that is not mandatory. You must purchase a headset with a built-in mic, like this. It can be purchased for approximately $20 at most electronics stores like Radio Shack or Best Buy. It plugs into your computer and allows you to listen and talk in on the live classroom online each week. Do my computer skills have to be great to do the digital CDA? You should be familiar with a computer, how to surf the World Wide Web, and how to use the internet to be successful in the digital CDA. You should be comfortable with typing, though you don't have to type a certain word per minute count. For many people, distance education will be a new and different experience. It may take a few weeks to get used to an online live classroom in view and reviewing and submitting assignments in Moodle and Google's Doc. Don't worry, by the end of the course, you will be an old hand at online learning and ready to tackle your next education goal. What is the cost of the digital CDA? There are several costs associated with the digital CDA. Tuition is one of the primary costs. Purchasing the book and packet costs approximately $60. Tuition will be able to be paid online using a debit or credit card, and the costs for tuition will be available at the end of this presentation on a separate page. The application fee for the CDA is $325, which is payable to the CDA Council in Washington. This cost helps to support the verification visitor and the review of your application. CPR and first aid have a cost associated with them, though that is specific to each person. Sometimes the early childhood education professional who assesses you working with young children, commonly called your advisor, may charge for their time. This too is set up on an individual basis for each student. Each student will need to find their own advisor, though the instructor will support them in what qualifies as an advisor and where to look for one in their own lives. I've decided I want to take the digital CDA. What do I do now? Once you have decided that you want to take the digital CDA and have all the necessary criteria and technology to be successful in it, your next step is to complete a mandatory orientation. When you register for this orientation, the instructor will be notified and will contact you via email. You can register to take the mandatory orientation either online, if you are not in South Jersey, or in person, if you are in South Jersey. These orientations will happen approximately 2 to 3 weeks before class starts, and it is a great opportunity to meet the instructor and your classmates. Before you go to the Digital CDA Next Steps webpage, we'd like you to take a quick survey to provide us with additional information about your learning experience today. It should take less than 5 minutes. Thank you for your interest in the Digital CDA, and additional questions can be asked by emailing the instructor at aaron.o'hanlon@acwc.org.